I'm Adam May. Welcome back to this America Tonight special report. Critics of Quiverfull tend to focus on the phrase building an army of God. Now, even though influential leaders talk about Christian domination, we found that many families living the lifestyle aren't motivated by that. They're doing it simply because they love children. They really love kids. And some Quiverfull families are blending right in with more typical American families. The Quiverfull movement.
Yes.
Are you part of it?
That's not really a label that I would pick for myself, but the Bible talks about children being a blessing, and happy is the man that has his quiver full, and we're very happy and our quiver's very full. And so in that sense, yes, we're part of that.
How does your religion influence this decision for you to have a large family?
I think pretty heavily. The Bible talks about children being a blessing, and we've just taken it at its word and agree fully.
Jennifer and Doug Flanders met in college, married soon after, and now have 12 children.
Jonathan is 27, Bethany is 26, David is 23, Samuel is 22, Benjamin's 20, Joseph's 18, Rebecca's 16, Rachel's 14, Isaac's 12, Daniel's 10, Gabriel's 7, he'll be 8 in a week, and Abigail's our youngest, she's 5.
Come on, everybody, let's load them up.
The Flanders invited us along on their family vacation in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where we caught a glimpse of a day in the life of a conservative family living the Quiverfull lifestyle. Why was it so important to you? Why this yearning to have a house full of kids?
I think that's just something God put in my heart.
Yeah, go across the street here, why don't we?
I couldn't imagine anything else I could do with my life that would be as rewarding as raising kids.
You have a college degree in mathematics.
I do.
How do you put that to use?
I got married and multiplied. We homeschool, so I teach them everything from counting to calculus.
There's no question the Flanders children are well educated, friendly, and worldly. The older ones have studied and worked abroad, from Europe to the Middle East. The teenagers help raise the younger ones. Meanwhile, Jennifer and Doug happily maintain a traditional role of the sexes, rooted in their biblical beliefs. How does this work with you and Doug? How do the roles work?
When we first met, it was very important to me to see that we were on the same page, because I, as a Christian, knew that God's design for families was for the husbands to be a leader and the wife to respect and submit to that.
Does that mean he's the boss if you're submissive?
Yeah, I don't really like that term either, but because that sounds so domineering, and that is not my husband. He's very gracious, and he takes into consideration what I think about things, you know.
I'm going to have the black bean veggie burger.
But in decisions that have to be made and that we don't see eye to eye in, it just means that he gets that final vote. He gets to pick.
Thank you for all these sweet kids here and all the good things you're doing in their life. Bless us and nourish us now.
What feedback do you get from people sometimes
when
they say you
submit? I don't use that word very often because it has such bad connotations. But if you look at how our society works, everybody submits. I mean, if you see the red lights behind you, you're going to pull over. That's submitting.
That term, submission, is one cornerstone of the Quiverfull philosophy. Doug and Jennifer say the word is misinterpreted. What's the toughest part?
Sometimes I guess the financial side of it is strenuous, you know. We've been low income, high income. You know, sometimes the high income doesn't seem like a lot of income. We have 8 in college right now, or graduate school. I mean, literally 8
We
people.
had 4 in braces earlier this year.
On 3, 1, 2.
While Doug Flanders is a hands-on dad,
All right, look out, Abby. He's going to do his limbo.
he's also an anesthesiologist back home in Tyler, Texas. He says he works an average of more than 60 hours a week to support his large family. Who has the harder job?
Oh, she does by far. There's no question. I mean, I basically go to work, do my thing, deposit the check in the, the bank account.
Do we have them all? Add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then she's the one that's homeschooling them and, planning our vacations, and the list goes on and on. My list is like this short and her list is, this long thing.
So when they talk about this belief of having a lot of kids, that the woman should be more subservient to the man, how do you interpret that?
If you have an agenda that you don't like that idea, then you're going to make it like this horrible slavery. But if you're in a loving relationship like we are, where each person is not taking something from the other, but rather each person is giving something to the other, then it just makes perfect sense.
Like Nancy Campbell, the godmother of Quiverfull, Jennifer Flanders runs a family-focused website. She's also written books praising the perks of foregoing birth control in favor of building large Christian families like hers. What do you say to people that hear about the way that you live with these kids and they're going to say, oh my God, lady, it's not 100 years ago?
I do get that.
What do you say to those people?
I do get that.
Do you feel judged?
Sometimes by the feminists that happen to write me.
Ready, set, go!
Feminism talks a lot about choice, but yet they don't always want people to make informed choices. We had lots of comments on how that was setting women back to be kind to your husband and considerate of him.
Back that with force, man.
They don't know anything about our life, but they want to say that I'm brainwashed because I want children and love my husband and am content to be at home. I'm not brainwashed, I chose it.
Run with the Flanders!
Unashamed of who they are and fiercely committed to their beliefs, the Flanders enjoy the lifestyle that comes with having a quiver full of children. And even in a family of 14,
This is what the Flanders do for family fun, right?
there's always room for one more.
One of many crazy things we do. This is awesome.
Are you done?
I would love to think that we're not done, but we haven't had a baby in 5 years. God opens and closes the womb, and he hasn't opened mine for 5 years, so.
What are you going to do when you don't have the kids to cuddle anymore?
I actually keep an empty nest list of things that have intrigued me that I don't have time to do. I think I'll put it on the empty nest list because I'm going to need something to distract me when the kids were gone. So.
What makes you emotional about this?
Oh, probably because I'm 50 and I don't have a baby. So isn't that crazy? I know.
And that is America Tonight. Be sure to tell us what you think at aljazeera.com/America Tonight. You can also talk to us on Twitter or Facebook, and be sure to come back. We will have more of America Tonight right here tomorrow.